Since 1953, Bud Salvage has been standing tall in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, a massive family-owned junkyard built on pure hard work and word of mouth. Protected by a giant 30-foot Paul Bunyan watching over 6,000 classic cars, what started in Bud Anthony's backyard grew into 60 acres of pure automotive history. A junkyard was born. Somewhere along the way, Bud bought a giant Paul Bunyan from a lumberyard auction in Enid, Oklahoma. The 30-foot tall Paul Bunyan made Bud Salvage a roadside attraction, no doubt helping bring in traffic. Now after 73 years, the founder is gone, the giant is sold, and now this legendary junkyard is fighting to survive. Follow me as we tour Bud Salvage before another piece of history disappears.
Getting harder and harder to stay in business is what it is.
What do you see as the future?
Once Rocky's ready to retire, we're probably gonna crush. They'll crush all the rows, and then I'll keep the old stuff, and then I'll set up appointments if people want to come buy a car, and then we'll do it that way. Otherwise, we're just done. 70 years, so Rocky put those pictures up there when he was 18. Started in town in 1954 at Bud's house. Started doing railroad stuff, making money doing scrap on the side. Some cars also scrap, but he realized he was getting more money by selling the car part rather than the scrap. And he had young kids at the time. The railroad was always having him move. He wanted to be closer to home, and he was making more money scrapping cars and selling parts and stuff. When I first started here, they had a buzzer that you could hear it through half the yard. It was so loud. Miscellaneous, like electronic parts and stuff like that, modules, starters, alternators, stuff like that.
Wow, somebody is organized. That's
right.
Great.
Bud was the one that did all the organizing. He set up locations. He built all the racks. He did all the. Back in '96 or so, we got computer stuff where we started putting everything on the computer. We don't have everything on there, but probably at least 80% of the yard.
Yeah, that's great. Wow.
It makes it a lot easier to know what stuff you have. I still have to go check stuff if people want miscellaneous stuff, but that's just part of the job. You call up, I'll go check it. This is the big building.
Wow. Massive.
So we literally saved everything. I do some eBay, so I've got a couple of these racks on eBay. Exhaust manifolds, speedometers, taillights, stuff like that. The small stuff that's easy to ship, I put on eBay.
Neat. Yeah, shipping's always, I hate selling stuff and having to ship it, but you know, you have to do what you got to do when you're running a business.
eBay helps some, but some other parts of it doesn't help, because I've had people buy stuff, send their old part back, and they still get a refund because eBay's rules. So we'll say, well, you might have switched it. And like, no, I'm an honest business. They stole from me basically, and then you're siding with them. Yep. But so some of it's okay, some of it's not.
Man, that's a heavy duty stuff there. Yeah. You got a lot of trucks out this way, Oklahoma. So.
Right. Mainly Fords and Chevys. I got a little bit of Dodges. I don't have very much foreign stuff at all. But Fords and Chevys I got a bunch of. And then Dodges I've got roughly a row of Dodges.
All right. That's a drive shaft.
Yeah, people asked if I got drive shaft. I said a few thousand of them. But we get people, they just wanted to go by size. I was like, well, you're welcome to come back here and do some digging, and they usually find
an old Pontiac column there.
Yep, and the way we keep stuff is by make, model, and era is all together. That way it's easier to find. You go to the Ford section, you got all Fords and stuff like that. Yeah, this is one of the racks that's on eBay, because it bezels and headlights, taillights, stuff like that.
Very cool. Gauges.
Exhaust manifolds, one of them on eBay also. I've had some manifolds that were on the rack for 30 years, never sold one. I put them on eBay and they just sold quick. They were like 301 Pontiac ones, which were from the early 80s. I hadn't sold one, but I put them on eBay and sold every one of them.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, everybody had headers, and now they're going back to original.
Headers tend to break down quicker. There's thinner metal, stuff like that. But yeah, we save everything. So some of the stuff that's deteriorating, people are calling for is like it's got the same issues yours does. It wasn't made the last 40 years, and
yep.
And now it's been 50 years.
So what? You pulled stuff out of cars? Have you found any crazy items inside old junkers that have come through, like not car-related stuff, but
one of the neatest things we found, it was an old gas station sign.
Okay.
And it was in one of the buses in storage. We didn't even know it was out there. A customer was digging through our stuff and said, "Yeah, well, how much for the old sign?" It's like, "What old sign?" It was a two-sided. It was probably 6 foot by 6 foot.
Wow.
I don't remember what brand it was, but it sat out front for years, and about 5 years ago, somebody bought it. I think it started with a V, but I don't remember exactly what brand it was.
So how old is your dad?
He is 72.
72.
So he's semi-retired. If we're busy, he's out here working. If we're not, he just goes home.
It's a big building.
Yeah, but like I said, the Bud and his helpers are the one that built all the racks, all the buildings. Most of this was back in the late 60s is when they built everything.
Yeah, I see those steering wheels. I'm just getting a little glance here.
Yeah.
The whole aisle of steering wheel. Yeah. That's something. All right. Wow. Stuff you just don't see like this. That's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. All right. Lug nuts, that's a neat way to do it, put it in those cans.
Yeah, like I said, we saved everything, so any miscellaneous stuff, we probably have a box of it somewhere. Be nice. Dexter, be nice. This section here is the whole stuff, which is that back corner.
Okay. So we're right here.
Yeah, and that big building we were in was this one, and I've got a couple others.
That is a lot of cars all the way up to the ceiling.
Be nice. You gotta be nice. Yeah, you gotta be nice.
One on its side there, that's a wreck. All right. Look at Impala.
Right, the Supernatural show.
Yeah.
So every one of those cars, that body style, I sold every one of them. I had like 8 of them. People were building the car off of that show. So I sold every one of them. That was the local guy from Enid, and he's been out probably 20 times. So I think the most famous person that ever ordered anything was an NFL player. his name was Brandon Marshall. He played for the Broncos and the Dolphins and the Jets. No, receiver. He ordered like 71 or 2 Chevy car parts, like Caprice or something. This was probably 10, 15 years ago also. And then Oscar from the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, Oscar Goldman.
He drove through here.
Neat.
Yeah,
Neat.
My dad knew who he was. Like, it's like that's before my time. But he liked old cars. He just wanted to see what we had. It was pretty neat. He seemed to be pretty friendly and stuff.
Bud was a railroad guy, and he had a hobby tinkering with cars, and it turned into this business. His son Rocky's out here pulling parts in western Oklahoma. Could be a snake out here. Kyle assures me I'll be fine. Said Bud liked Cadillacs and Pontiacs, and he got a 1964 Cadillac Coupe de Ville was the sign up on a pole. I'm gonna walk over here by the fence. Got this old Chevy truck.
He liked Cadillacs, he liked Pontiacs, he liked Corvairs. Cadillacs and Pontiacs is mainly what he liked. So I've still got a bunch of those out there, just because that's what he liked, that's what he saved.
Get out here to the Cadillac. See what I'm talking about? It's like a Granville Pontiac. Bet these were Bud's keepers. He liked Pontiacs. Checking out some rare cars at Bud's out here on the corner where the sign is, the 64 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Out here's a 1970. Is it a Malibu Chevelle? It's wrecked hard on the front. Still worth some money to somebody. 70 Chevelles. Look at that. Take a lick. Take a lick on that corner. All right, pushing on, see what we find. You never know what you're going to get out here. It could be high winds, tornadoes, hot Cadillac section. It's like Goodfellas, Caprice, Impala. Like Bud was pretty organized inside the building. I'll take this side road here. See what we can find. It did say the Firebird row burned up about 13 years ago. I'd like to find a 68. It's like the Buick, it's Catalina. The weeds are deep. The weeds are a deep. No, it's a Galaxy 500. Wee bit muddy. Hopefully there's no alligators out here. They got stock numbers on the cars. Said they inventoried most of it.
The oldest vehicles, some late 20s, but there's only like a handful of those. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I've got hundreds, if not thousands of cars.
A lot of more doors out here. Eventually that'll be all that's left. 4 doors. This will be somebody's hot rod one day. And somebody cut the handle off this one. Let's check this out. Some dedication. So this town, Aline.
Postmaster's daughter, that was her name, and that's how it got named.
Okay, I looked at an aerial map, and like the junkyard's almost as big as the town.
Right, there's only 200-300 people in town.
Grandfather worked on motorcycles too.
Right, when he retired from here, which was early 80s, he gave it to his sons. But never seen a rattler out here. You go about 30 miles west of Winoka. They have rattlesnake hunts there.
Note to self, if you go to Junkyards, you want to wear long pants. Maybe some heavy boots. Kyle assured me that no one has been bitten by a rattlesnake out here in the last 10 days. So, I feel better about that. It is late June. What we got over here? So you grew up, your dad ran this?
From the early 80s, which is about when I was born, he's been running it. He was running it with his older brother, Kerry. Kerry retired about 8 years ago. Since I was old enough to walk, I've been coming out here. Business back then was actually really good. We had a bunch of employees. We brought in a bunch of vehicles. Lately, we're not. Just every year's just a little worse than the year before. Right out in the middle of nowhere, too. Yeah. But we wouldn't be near as big as we are if we weren't out in the middle of nowhere. We've got some YouTubers that'll come by a couple times a year and they'll buy vehicles and do videos. That helps business for a little while. Had some regular customers that would order, a couple times a month, but most of those people are getting old and retiring or passing away. It's not the same as it used to be.
Wagon.
We've had Swedish people come and they'll fill up a cargo container and just send it back. There's 500-ish of the rebuilder cars.
Good looking wagon here, sitting on the ground. Check out the tail lights. Check out the rear. Your Winnebago. Got your front end donor. Whew. It's Impala. Super Sport. You kidding me? Super Sport. Let's play it at home. What year? All right, you get 5 seconds. Tell me what year. These tail lights should tell the tale. Definitely 1965 Chevy Impala Super Sport. Check out the dash. Has it got any? What's that trim? Not bad. That's definitely fixable. Definitely a car that could be saved. Man, that's a pit there. Watch where you're stepping. Pontiac waterfall grill. Look at that. Look at that, folks. The Butte, little Chevy. Shoebox. Oh wow, look at this. Look at that. That's the trunk on the back. It's a straight shift. Another Pontiac. You see it. Look at this. Has anybody seen one of these? Dodge Phoenix. Maybe we can squeeze through here. Let's see. A little bit skittish, but hey, inside that completely perfect Impala. Dodge Phoenix. Not going to pull up on that hood. Ford. My eyesight is bad. So many cool little trucks. Had your extra tire on there. We got the hearse on the hill. If we keep going. All right, up here on the hill is a Pontiac hearse. For that Pontiac fan who wants to go out in style. It's the only way to go. The only way to go. Man, that's a colorful, what kind of flower that is. What you got going on out here? Inside the Pontiac hearse. '52 farm truck, Ford V8. This would look good sitting in somebody's yard. Parked 1952. 74 years later, still looks cool. Still looks cool. There's a Chrysler. You got your big wings. You got the push button transmission. Let's see. Chrysler, the cool handles. Oh. No push button on the left. Look at the speedometer right there to the left of the wheel. Very cool. Saratoga. Ooh, Grand Prix. Looking at 64. Look at that roof line. You got a Catalina. What that is? Let's see. Grand Prix. Pontiac. Star Chief. Star Chief. Courier. Laundry truck. Get some work done in there. There's extracurriculars back there. Lunch breaks, nap. Not to worry about the air conditioner. You got these vent windows. Get the job done. See what it says. Steam laundry. 1963 it's been parked here. Man, that is cool. What is this? Came out of California. 1963 plate on it. Borg. Borg Ward. A Borg Ward. Look at that. It's not a Borg Ward. These cool latches. I'm not gonna, of course, it does have a little bit of age on that. The trim. Peek in there. That is cool. Whoever the artist was did the lettering. Did a good job. Pontiac. Pontiacs everywhere. This was his honey hole, I believe. The honey hole. Grand Prix, man. These, some machines right here. The vinyl top, the halo. Nobody Ron likes to say the halo top. The extra trim. Look at that. Hideaway lights. Did he have hideaway lights? Yep, in the door right there. The hideaway lights. Man. Does this mean it had a 400? 455? It looked like it was black or green. I don't want to monkey with it too much. We'll leave her be. We'll leave her be. In peace. You go in peace. Got the same car. A few feet away. Grand Prix, the halo top. Took a lick. Took a lick. No tag. Little seat. You'll lock her in place with a seat belt trick when you're towing. Now look at this Pontiac. Floor shift. All right. Miles to go. Another Cadillac. Looks to be the 64-ish variety. Let's see. Oh, no, I think it's earlier. Doesn't have the pointed fender ends. This is earlier 60s. Look at that. Look at that, man. Been open, gently peeking in there. Little seats. Deluxe. Which way to go? This way, that way, that way. Like you said, Bud liked Corvairs also. A Mercury, isn't it? Uh-oh, we got a hood. We got a 400 hood here, folks, from a Pontiac. Laying in the dirt. Is it a GTO? I think it is. GTO hood. Had the hood pins. Probably a snake bed under there. Snake bed. So much to see out here. I haven't seen this much cool stuff in a long time. Coupe de Ville, not a coupe. It's got 4 doors. Got this Mercury. Tag 66, last time it was on the road. Oklahoma. Turnpike. Look at that back glass. That's a cool little deal here. Fancy in there. Looks like a Trans Am dash. That engine turned. Mercury. He had it going on. What does it say here? Mercury Turnpike. Holy moly. Two-tone. The Montego, must be the Mercury section. In the downward slope, another Corvair. It's deep, folks. I'm going to go back up this way. You could get lost out here. Not a bad place to get lost. Bud Salvage, Aline, Oklahoma. West of Enid, about 40 miles. Look at that. Look at the grill on that thing. Whew. Early 60s Cadillac, Pontiac, wraparound bumper. 67. I hate to miss anything. I'm like, well, I'll come back. I don't think I'll be back. That coupe. Get that. Let's go in and see what year it is. Is it a 40? That's cool right there. Old Ford, Chevy. Says so right there. What we got? Plymouth. And these turtleback looking cars. My dad said nobody wanted those when he was a kid. It was kind of like not cool. Not cool. I think they're making a comeback. You got the visor. Got the visor. I can see an old hot rod made out of this one. It needs 4-pan. The USA and your Chevrolet. Just got back from Route 66 about 2 weeks ago. The 100th anniversary. I was just in Oklahoma, Tulsa, then I rode out to Enid. It's about 13 hours if you take your time from my house in Alabama to Enid, and you about another hour out here west from Enid. Here's a Riviera. Let's go check this Riviera out. Another truck. Look at that Ford badge on there, man. What do we got here? Cut down. Cut it down. Running boards. Early Riviera. 64 Riviera, folks. You help me out. What year is this? Got the little scallops on the side. You got your floor shift. I wonder what the console is. A lot of these had the name of who it was built for on the console. Look at those nice seat belts. The buckles are good. Riviera. All right. We're gonna head this way. See a 58 Chevy. This is a 2-door. Oh, more door. More door. It's a van. Is that a Corvair van? Yellow. Man, these 58 Chevy grills. That's style right there. They didn't sell as well because everybody bought 57 Fords and 57 Chevys. Ford guy will tell you that the Fords are all gone because the people wore them out. They liked them better than the Chevys. The Chevys were always broke. That's what a Ford guy says. Chevy guy will say Ford didn't even make a car in 1957. This is a complete Impala right here. Complete 4-door car. Looks like somebody drove it out here and parked it. And now we're in 3-foot weeds. The Buick. Is that a Buick? Kind of like to see that. Run in on that one. I hit that on the way back. The Grand Prix. Grand Prix. The early Grand Prix in this 69, 72. Now I like the Monte Carlos too, the early 70s, 72 Montes. T-Bird. Now the inside of this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. Might even fold the seats down, keep the sun off of them. Not gonna force it. Just gonna peek. Tornado. Tornado, front wheel drive. That concludes the front wheel drive section of the junkyard. 57 4-door. It's got the gold. That means it's a Bel Air. Bel Air. Let's check the trim tag. Blue and white. Bel Air, baby. Look at that. Now, we saw some of these on the power tour with the big badge. Didn't have the V there. It's been here since '73. 57. 16, 17 years old, parked at the junkyard. Now it's 53 years later. Hey, look at this truck. Little modification there, made it a long bed. Look at that. Somebody's home built hot rod, don't get a splinter. To the keeper section. Ford Ranchero. Man, what a ride. What a ride. Like they took a four-door car, made a truck out of it. Bonneville, four-door. It's not the red you want, it's the red you need. Still red. Good looking Dodge. Somebody loves that. Somebody, man, it's a two-tone. You got the cool tail lights. Let's see. Oh yeah, DeSoto. Two-tone, red and white. It's a Bel Air, Mordor. What a beauty, what a beaut. Here's some clicking and clanking over here. Either the wind's blowing or we got a ghost or somebody pulling parts. Like probably pulling parts. Corvair. Not that old a tag. Look at it, black with red interior. That's a straight shift. Is it a hot rod? Oh. A little bit of a hot rod. Get the white letters up front. Super KF77. Ooh. Continental. This Pontiac's got a moon roof. Oh, it's a Grand Am. Is it a straight shift? It's an automatic. Still, it's a Grand Am out here in the junkyard. Look at all those circles for the gauges and AC vents. Bucket seats, moon roof. You got your snowflakes. You wanted a Grand Am. That's your Grand Am for the G-bodies. G-body Grand Am right there. Tucked away. Tucked away. All these cars can be bought. This is a business. Bud's is in business. You gotta make the drive to see these. That's a Studebaker there. Studebaker, like a 50. Check this out. Studebaker knowledge. Studebaker knowledge. And there she is, proof is in the pudding. Or on the tailgate. Uh-oh, we got some old, let's say 1921 Chevrolet. That's my guess. Just gonna throw a number out there. Look at that radiator cap out front. You got a crank right there. The hole. Cranked up some headlights. Man. Look at that. Sabre. There's Ford. Ah, so much. Oh, here's a wrecker. See the boom? This record could talk. This might have been the runabout. The Dodge. Yep, got the Ram hood ornament. Dodge. Next to the Ford. You got your tanker truck. The Ford. Like the pink. Barbie would have loved that one. All right, Barbie, where are you? We found your Ford. It's out here in Aline, Oklahoma at Bud Salvage. Still walking. How many cars have I seen? Probably 300-400. I got about 5,000 more to go, 5,500. There's a lot of cars, a lot to see. Like that Oldsmobile. I'm like, well, you just walk by it, it's red. That's a good looking car. Good looking car. Got your wagon, roof rack, another wagon behind it. Chevy delivery. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Somebody just pulled one out of here. It's the one I wanted. It was right here. Good old trucks, though. Can't beat a good old truck. And there is another old Chevy inside the delivery. There's another one that got rescued. A lot of cars have been rescued thanks to Bud. If he hadn't saved these cars, they would have gone to the crusher a long time ago. And I wouldn't be walking around in 2026 looking at this convertible. Nice Pontiac Tempest. And you say it's a basket case. I think it's stable. Look at that. It rained in all these years. Must have a good drainage system. This Tempest could fly again. Oh, Le Mans. You got the Le Mans. This is the sport convertible. A 57, another Bel Air. It's got the man, 57. Another Bel Air, 4-door. Check that out. Check that out. Like it's the same blue and white as the other one we just saw. Let's check out the trim tag. Let's see. What that says. Nice two-tone. So that's Bel Air, but the gold is. All right, there's the one with the V on the back. And we just saw the other one. It had the big shield looking. So why do some have the V? Okay, you're gonna say it was a V8. That's why. All right. We'll check the trim tag, confirm. Another Grand Prix, Pontiac. I think old Bud liked these Pontiacs. He put them up here in the corner. Man, look at the inside of that. If we could look inside of that. Well, trust me, it's nice. Woo-hoo. Back up the hill here. Junkyard life out here in Oklahoma. I did not know when I looked up cool junkyards out west that Bud would be a Pontiac fan, but we have seen a ton of tons. So many Pontiacs. Crossing over into the school bus land. Really cool wrecker. We don't have the humidity like Alabama out here. Mustang 2. Mustang 2. Take the high road, I'll take the low road. Cadillac, Oldsmobile. Olds, four door. Olds. I'm not even looking at the ground now. I'm not worried about snakes. Wildcat. Something happened here. Something happened here. Code is. Whole lot of Buicks going on. Buick. Whew. I see a road. There is the road. Wildcat, check out those aluminum brakes. Thin aluminum. Buick Wildcat. Look at that dash. Look at that. Big Wildcat. Looks good in silver. Got here, nice interior. Check out the gauges. More Buick. The cactus. Watch where we're stepping now. We got to come back when it's a little less weedy, we can see more. About 6 months. My first import of the modern era, RX-7. There's some cool stuff over there. Let's go check that out. It's like Jurassic Park out here. German section. Anybody recognize this? Mazda RX-2. Automatic. Automatic. That's why it's still alive. Otherwise, it'd still be driven. Somebody would have drove it into the ground. Got a cool hood on this one. Take a closer look here. It says RE. RE for rotary engine. Another automatic. Wow. RX-7s. Matador. Matador. Saw one of these on the power tour. Two-door copper. Another one with the front end off of it. Must be more desirable. AMC. Another Matador. Oh, Ambassador. Ambassador. Hard to see when you're loopy. Rambler. Red, white, and blue. A red or rusty white and blue Ambassador. Little tail lights. We have gauges. Nice blue interior. Yeah. Oddballs out here in the oddball land. Oddballs or wrecks. Ambassador. Whew. Just when you think you're going to reach the end of the row, you don't. A little further. A little further. That's a nice blue wagon. Nice light blue wagon. The Pacers. See a couple of Pacers. Worth trotting in. Check out the Pacers. '86 tag. Matador. Sleeping under a tree. What happened there? Big bumpers. Gremlin. Matador. So you want to know where all the AMCs went? They're in Oklahoma. Ambassador wagon and taxi cab yellow. Look at that. A little fender bender took it out of its misery. Matador, Matador. Gremlin. We keep going to the end. I'll see the end. We got 60 acres. I went down and across the perimeter, what I think is a perimeter. I'm gonna head back this side. Let's see, this will be this side. 57, rear end up in the air. The Toyota, the early Celica. Some people like those. 59 Chevy. Might have needed a quarter panel. So instead of buying the whole car, they took what they needed, both quarters, and left the deck lid for somebody else in their project. Sweet. Sweet. 58 Impala, 57 Chevy. Now we're getting to the 60, 63. Oh, it's got flags on it. It's a 4-door, but it is a V8. Chevys, 64, had a 62. A 59, I think. Oh, that's a 60. Got a flat wing on the back. 60 Impala. 59 angled, 60 flat. To me, it's like a lot of people say, it's like cat eyes. That's a cat eye. It's a little flatter. A little flatter. It flattens out that line right there. Horizontal. Here it swoops a little bit more. Swoopy. Personal taste. I'll take the 59. Ah, do we keep on the Chevy? Or we jump over there? It's like a Mopar. Mopar's over there. Mopars are hot. But we'll try to see it all while we're here. Another Celica. Hatchback stuff. 65, 6. Saw some Impalas, 59, 60. The big Impala. There are a couple of modern cars not worth looking at. A lot of 4-doors. wagon. Like you got some use out of it. Can I cut the roof? Quarter out. With that 57. Man. To Mopar, or not to Mopar. We'll try. Getting hungry. Brought an apple. To pull the apple out. Been out here a little bit. They were nice enough to let me walk around, make a little video. I like to find a whole project out here. This is a duster. You got some duster fans out there. Somebody's been walking in here. Walk in, walk in. That's nice. Nice. Nothing in here. Nothing to see here. The hood is loose. Is it convertible? Nope. It is now. It is now. Wraparound bumpers are beautiful. Even in a four-door. Even in a four-door. I love to see big numbers on the fenders. Here's a 400. 400. That's just better. 400 is just better than a 350. Power brakes. Back to the Mopar road. Here we go. Big bumpered. Wrap around, but you see how the rubber end is like 74. Mopar, see the yellow. But go for it. Let's give her a stab here. Chrysler. Going up. Lured in by the yellow. The big booty. The big booty. Yellow on yellow. Satellite. Plymouth Satellite. Got the big rubber ends. Kind of looks like Daisy Duke's car. It's a Roadrunner, but Satellite. Look at this. All right. Nice green. Nice stripe. This is original paint. You got the buckets. It's another Satellite. A little quarter panel damage. Talk about organized. You got alphabetical order out here. Satellite. Nice. All right. Duster. That's a Plymouth, so this must be a Plymouth, right? Survey says purple. It is purple. Wow. See, it's got the horizontal, it's 71. Nice purple. Mopar guys, I know you love it. You can tell me paint code. Oh, somebody, floor pan dissolve in here. I might cut it out. Is there a tag here? Plum crazy? Am I plum crazy? A random Pontiac. Bonneville just jumped out. Another Pontiac. Another Duster. Is this a gold Duster? It is gold. Gold and yellow. Pontiac. This is the Blues Brothers car. It's like a police car. Look at that. Look at that. The 72. Should we sneak back here? It's black and white. They just pull a lot of gauges out of these things. Nice wagon with a super B-ish nose. This is another duster. They're everywhere. Seat frame. Pretty sparse in there. Sparse. Newport. Newport, you can smoke those. Don't recommend it, but you could. Another duster. See what we got. Really tell how well cars are built. You look inside, they've been sitting for 40 years. Plymouth. Got the Plymouth. Green. They're little cheap cars, but they were pound for pound. You get your put a V8 in there, like a Nova. It's a light car. It will scoot. Pontiac hood. You get a little ironing board telltale sign, like ironing board. The front end on this one. What is this? Any guesses? It's a Pontiac. I think we're celebrating 100 years of Pontiac this year. Bonneville. Unusual 1 year only headlights. Love them or hate them. We keep going or go to the middle. Keep going. Then we go to the middle. Oh, second gen. I almost turned around too soon. Second gen bird? Nope. Can't tell what it is. I guess it's another duster. Chrysler. Look at that. Big grill. Engine's gone. Clean looking headlight there. Side by side, you got the horizontal, makes it look wide. Got the wide look. Plymouth hidden headlights. Hidden headlights, still cool. Still cool on a 4-door. 2-door Chrysler. You gotta look for the diamonds in the rough. They're out here. I think you gotta be willing to dig, bring a chainsaw, maybe a lawnmower, or come in the winter. Wagon, a Vista Cruiser looking top. Buick Sport Wagon. Red. Red on red, I believe. One right next to it. One piece of glass. Big dog Cadillac. Trim tag a little bit different these years. Black, red interior. Ooh. See a Maverick. Looks like a whole row of Mavericks. This is a Mustang. Stick shifting. Monte Carlos, I see trucks. '74. Round headlights. Like a square stacked, like 77. That's 73 with a little grill at the bottom. There's our early one, 70, 72. 73, 4, somewhere in there. Early one. Let's go over here, Mustang 2. You got the notchback and you got the fastback. Then you got the old, what do we got here? Pretty colors. You got the minty green, you got the little lemon, kind of mercury there probably. Different taillights. Homemade sunroof. Whew. Big bumper, little bumpers, no bumpers. What's that? Early Mustang. Ooh, I see some G-body roof lines. Square it off. Square it off, G-body. I bet they're Pontiacs. Oh, we got a Fox body over here. That's a four-eyed Fox. Four-eyed Fox. Black thread interior, automatic. How clean and neat this is. It's got to be automatic, right? Usually the stick shift cars were not well cared for. They were abused. You find a little old lady owned automatic Fox body, that's what you want. If you want one in nice shape. G-body, training day, 78. They downsized the Monte Carlo. 78, 79. Here's another one. 78, 79, 80. That's 79. I won't tell you my secret. I won't tell you the secret code. There you go. Like a Pontiac here. Well, Monte Carlo, sorry, I think it's Monte. T-tops. T-tops. Fox body, big stripe. Choices to make. That way, we're toward the trucks. A Ford truck. All right, take a little break. See what time it is. Go to the junkyard, need water, and if I can find what I'm looking for, snack. You sweat a lot out here, you might need some salty nuts, an apple, like drinking water. So let's take a little break, keep rolling. Let's go. The fat fendered Fords. Everybody loves those. Sanford & Son had a cool one. Then you got the bump side. Hence the bump side Fords. And then about 73, I went to the dent side. I bet we can locate one of those. Here's a Grand Prix. I wonder if this is a rare SJ. No, it's just a regular Grand Prix. Blue on blue. Looks like an early one though. I think it was a 73. Let's see. It is, because you know why? Because the tag is under the bumper. The 73 model. Apple a day. You know what they say. Go to the junkyard. Well, I've been going down the truck aisle, there's G-bodies. The Grand Prix. Grand Prix. Grand Prix. Here's the dent side. So you have the bump side, and about 73, kind of concave in, dent side. Pick your poison. What do you like, bump side, dent side, or you like earlier, like the fridge box? That names for all of them. A lot of Ford truck followers. Got a lot of style. Truck is a good investment, no matter what. If you need transportation, buy an old truck. Money in the bank. Little truck row. This is not even old. 97, 84. 87, B2200, B2000, B2600, those Mazdas. They were everywhere when I was a teenager, late teens. The people were still dropping them, putting ice cream dripping paint jobs on them. Laser stripes like neon, pink, yellow, blue, green. You don't see these every day. Cab to cab. Swept line. All right. Push on through, see a bunch of Chevy trucks. Some more Mopars. We got our steps in, for sure. Anything out here you wish you had? Drop a comment below. You see a car, a truck, it's your dream. There's some parts out here. People gathered a few. Still some good stuff left. Don't know how much longer it's going to be around. The days are numbered on these old junkyards. Got to go out west. There's been some fires lately. Some of them have caught on fire. Thousands of cars have been burned up and lost in these mysterious fires. You know, it happens though. You could have fuel, you got flammable material inside, seats. With the wind out here, cigarette butt, catch something. So enjoy them while they're here. Go get some parts, buy an old car, fix it up. I see a long bed C10. I'm going, GMC. What's that? Valve cover. Like the 348. This side. Back in the day, they had cool dealership emblems. They spent a little money, let you know where you got your car and you were proud of it. Nowadays, they stick a sticker on there. They don't even line it up, make it square. They just like slap it on there. Like, not a big fan of stickers on a new car. Some guy's name of his dealership. Got the seat frame. This thing will last 1,000 years in that old cab. Now some of you are probably going to want to know what's the going price for a project. Pull out of here. So now this is just a cab and a fender. You'll probably make a deal on that. I did see a while back he had a full long bed complete truck for $2,500. Now that's a complete-ish C20. The OBS, I got 3 in a row. I just bought a 96 Chevy. Step side. Proud Country, Oklahoma. That is mud flap. That's 70, 69 or 70. Nice mustard yellow. There's 62 or 63. My guess. This is cab. Coffee comes with it. Steel. The C20. Trucks out here in Oklahoma had to do work. Farm trucks. They kept them for generations. Hand me down. And eventually they go somewhere. You got to keep working on them, keep them going. Straight 6. I bet this thing would run. I bet that thing would run. It said Bill Allen on it. Somebody took his emblem off. Somebody named Bill Allen came in here. That's a good looking truck. Step side or fleet side? Take your pick. Take your pick. Side, here's another, it's a 68. The Suburban there. '67 and '8 Chevy trucks had that sloped hood and tapered. '69 they raised it up. A lot of long beds. Delivery. Let's check out these doors real quick. What does that say? Banta Construction Company. Big V6. Yeah, it's a heavy door. Lumber Supply Company. Wichita, Kansas. Quality Laundry. Bonded cold storage. Somebody put that front suspension on top. That little floor covering. Straight shift. Yo, stickers. All right, you got the fat vent window at the top. What year is this, folks? What year is this? Dig a little deeper. Two-tone. Two. Mercury. Uh-oh. Could this be a Grand Am? I see the louvered quarter windows. Hold tight. All right, I just spotted some louvered quarter windows on a 73, 4, or 5 Pontiac. And we're gonna see if it's a Grand Am or GTO. What's this say on there? 350, all right. I ain't 350. Says grills. See, 74. This is definitely a Grand Am. It's got that horizontal bumper out there. 1 year only deal. Had that fiberglass-ish rubbery nose. You know how I know? I have one of these at home. It's blue. Regatta blue. Of course, it has the mandatory corrugated tin. Keep your snakes under there. Somebody took the fender. But here we go. Got the red seats. Automatic. Gauges are out. Man, like a snake on me. That's not. But yeah, look at that. See the cool quarter windows. The red interior. Going to the back. See what took this thing out. Like a little dent. Little ding dong. Ding dong dent. We want to see Grand Am right here. Will we see it? We do, folks. First year of the Grand Am. First year Pontiac Grand Am right here. Tags below the bumper. Really hard to get the fuel in there if you're sitting on a level or any incline. They did rust. I have a rusty one myself. The rear end is gone. These did have sporty suspension and rear end. I got a positive traction in mine. This could have a 400, could have 455. It should be 6.6 liter, 6.5 liter. Well, this was the 400 engine right here. 400. Came with the turbo 400 transmission. Got a pretty good rear end in it. So good to see one of these. Engine is gone. Hopefully went to a good home. There you go. Grand Am, Oklahoma. They didn't make a lot of them. I might be selling mine because they got too many cars. But or if you have storage, can I store my cars at your house? Another Pontiac. This 74.5 taillights are different. These 73 has the horizontals. The horizontal 74.5 does this waterfall looking thing there. It's a 400 as well. Is this also a Grand Am? I don't think so. Let's see what we got under the gas tank. Fuel fillers above the bumper. Let's see. That's a bucket seat. No, is that? Yep, this buckets. This is a Grand Am, if that console is correct. Oh my, this is the color of my Grand Am. Regatta blue. Regatta blue with parchment interior. Regatta blue. I got the louver quarter windows. This is a 73. Got the horizontal tail lights. The horizontal tail lights there. Yeah, look at these things. They're everywhere. The bumper. Nose. No emblems. Deck lid. This deck lid better than my deck lid? I think it is. There we go. If I need to come back, I know where it's at. It says Le Mans Sport Coupe. Got the key in the trunk. Let's see if we got the engine size under here. A little lesson on the Pontiacs. I'm going to show you right here. Pontiac engine, driver's side. Get up underneath here. It says 350. The Pontiac was nice enough to put that. Those in the know need to look. It's got a 350 in it. Well, I can't see them all. Well, that's a pretty nice one to stop with. A Regatta blue 73. Go with these other line of Colonnade Pontiacs. The Grand Am right there. Great riding cars. Comfy. But you gotta have air conditioning because they don't flow air if you get an air car that's broke air. Whew. All right, I got here closing in on 3 hours ago. Talked to Kyle at the front desk. I really wanted to see the Firebirds if they had any. I'll just show you a couple more G-bodies. G-body, G-body, G-body. For those that aren't in the GM, that's the 78, 87 and a half, we'll call it. Boxy little downsize. Intermediates. They had 2-door, they had 4 doors. People know the Grand National. Buick Grand National was famous. The little turbo V6. It's more of a hot rod than the Corvette of that era. I've got a Monte Carlo Super Sport. It's a G-body, it's 85. Anyway, the Monte Carlo was not fast. It looked cool. NASCAR raced them. It's just comfortable. It's a good ride. All right, I'm giving up. I don't see any second gen Camaros or Firebirds. Cool Pontiac hubcap. Fin. I'll show you that. These fins are plastic. hard to find a set complete. That's pretty good. Pretty good find. Armadillo. Yikes. So if you get a chance, you're out in west central Oklahoma, come to Aline. Bud Salvage. Been here since 1953. Still the same family owned, 3 generations. Bud's son, Rocky's still out here. He was out here pulling parts on the back 40. I wish I could have talked to him. Maybe we'll see him inside. Afternoon.
Hey.
I talked to Kyle earlier. Let me take a little tour. That was you out there in the...
Oh yeah.
My name's Jody Potter.
Rocky Anthony.
Rocky, good to meet you.
Well, my dad started the place.
I know it's a tough business.
It's tougher now. Buying a pickup from my dad out here. I drove in. I paid him $150 for it.
The Giant.
Paul Bunyan?
You got it from Enid at a lumber yard.
Yeah.
Your dad bought it. He just saw it and said that'd be good for business.
Well, they were going out of business, had it in paper for sale. So.
You know what he paid for it?
Seemed to me like it was like $350. Had them people come in, off me a bunch more than that. Well, it needed restored.
Right.
And I wasn't going to do it, so somebody might as well have it that's going to take care of it.
Where is Paul Bunyan now?
The guy that bought it was out of New Jersey. Started another yard in Florida. He was going to restore it and take it to Florida.
A museum or a junkyard?
Junkyard.
So he just saw it and
No, he'd been researching, trying to find one.
y'all didn't have it for sale.
Right.
It's a good way to be. You got the power then. If somebody wants something, you're not going to have it for sale. That's one of the coolest ones they ever made, though.
First car I ever built was out here.
Is it?
7
47.
People stole parts off of it.
Rocky. Are you named out? Is that a family name or a nickname, or is that?
Rock Hudson.
Gotcha.
My dad ran a movie theater in town.
He could do everything, couldn't he? He had a railroad job, junkyard.
My brother's name's Kerry, after Cary Grant.
Your dad sounded like a character. And your mom still alive?
94 years old.
94.
Finally took the keys away from her so she don't drive no more.
That's
She
right.
always wanted one of those 55-7 Thunderbirds. Now, why they didn't ever buy one is beyond me, but she still talks about it.
Just talked to Rocky. Super friendly, nice guy. Still got his first car, 47 Chevy, out back. Said people stole parts off of it. Well, why do people go to a junkyard and steal stuff? That's crazy. Stuff for sale, it's not that expensive. Bunch of hubcaps, you got a lot of Buicks, Chevy. Go and look for Camaros. It's kind of like Gilligan's Island, 3-hour tour. Anybody been to Aline? Say Al and Lean. Aline, I see a Fiero. You know you made it. See 2 Fieros, 3 Fieros, 4 Fieros, 5 Fieros. On top of Fieros. See a 3rd gen. Here we go. I see a bird. I see the Eagle has landed. It was a Trans Am. Somebody stole the scoops. It was an air car. What year are you? Silver, red interior. Our camel dash. Let's see. Trans Am. What bumpers are on that one? Let's see. 75 maybe? 75 bumpers. '79 to '81, possibly 75. See what year this is, just for fun. See what we got. Another 75. Oh, we got a little back window back here. 70 to 74. Based on the little back window. Trim tag say. Trim tag says 71. 71 bird. That's the blue seats. '71. Look at that. Anything in the glove box, kids? Glue in back window. In the trunk. No, that was breakable, that panel. Crazy. That's probably the oldest bird here, 71. Ah. Nice mirror. Passenger mirror. The accoutrements. '77 bird, Camaros. A row of Camaros. What year? Can you tell me? I know the answer. Right here, kids. 1978. 1978. Nice nose. Oh, we got a little back window. Little back window. Type LT. Look at that trunk. Nice. Trunk lift. Got to be an early one, 81. They changed the tag, I guess. 81 Camaro. I want to get back over there, but third gens. Someday. These will be worth something. Third gen, third gen. '80. Birdland. And there. 79. 79. Whew, hungry. The apple is gone. Rocky Anthony said they got 3,000 or 4,000 cars. Got some Camaros, second, third, fourth generation, some Firebirds, Transaminage. This is a 82, the first year of this TA, T-tops, automatic. Feel like it's loaded up. Some stuff. Night Rider, eat your heart out. This one burned. Big bad bird. Burned. Went in Trans Am land. Look at Trans Ams. And Camaros. Oh gosh, I didn't even see these. This is for Beasley. Camaro, man. A little back window, second-gen Camaros. They took the tag off. Oh, look at that, kids. Headrest seats. This is a 70. 70. Camaro. Another 70. Whew. Could this be yet another? That's a 71. The seats. $76. $78. Big boy cab. Stretch out in this one. Like the crusher pile. Grand Prix, Motor Buick, Skylark, baby. Le Mans, Le Mans, a Tornado. Look at them fat haunches. Woo! Got some headers. What we got going on here? Skylark, man. Skylark and I bet you could put a Grand Prix together out of all the Grand Prix. Them all. All right, Jody Potter, Junkyard Life, out here in Oklahoma. Just went to Bud Salvage, took a tour. Hope you enjoyed the walk around, saw some stuff you liked. Contact info to Bud's, got a Facebook page. The family, Rocky and his son Kyle, they're still operating the place 5 days a week. I believe it's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Reach out, talk to them, they can tell you what they got. Got some hard to find parts you need, they probably got it. So anyway, check them out, keep them in business. From the middle of nowhere, Bud Salvage, Jody Potter, Junkyard Life, the story beneath the rust. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Keep places like Bud's in business. I promise, I'm leaving. So long. S10s. Get out and see some stuff.